There we go. Okay. Welcome everyone to the Bare-Montgomery Memorial Gallery. As I just mentioned, I am sitting in the gallery right now with all of the work surrounding me, and I'm happy to do a walkthrough at the end as well with a bit slower, if that's helpful too. So today we get to talk with an ISU alumna, Caroline Heath. We are celebrating the across the board, different mediums, different styles, different possibilities exhibit that we have on display currently here in Fairbanks Hall on campus. A few notes, if you do plan to come see the exhibit in person, please know that the space capacity for this space is only 4 people. Because it's a smaller space, we want to make sure we're staying as safe as possible. And again, if you do come to campus to see this, you need to make sure you're wearing a mask and practicing social distancing as well. Gallery hours, we keep this gallery open Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Tomorrow is fall break for the campus though, so we won't be open tomorrow. We will be back open starting on Monday, and you can find all these details on our website as well. Additionally, we will be opening the MFA thesis exhibition on Monday in the University Art Gallery. I've been installing all week. We've got 3 MFA graduates this semester, Zhenyang Guo, Samantha Osborne, and Julia Reich. So be sure to come check that out. That opens on Monday and it'll be up for 2 weeks, and you can find the details for that one on our website as well. Again, just a gentle reminder, please mute yourself if you haven't already done so. I think everybody already has. I'm not hearing a whole ton of background noise. That's usually pretty helpful, especially for the rest of us on the call, to make sure that we're hearing everything that we can hear from the speakers.
Hey, Alex, I don't know if it's just my screen, but I'm not seeing it in the slideshow presentation format.
Oh no. Oh no, hold on. Let's try to fix that real quick. How's that?
Perfect.
There we go. Sorry about that, you guys. Thanks for giving me a shout out. So I want to give a shout out and a thank you to graduate students Sam T. Moreland and Jamie Nichols. Sam and Jamie were instrumental in putting this exhibit on display this semester and in working with Caroline, getting all the work here, putting it up, doing labels, doing graphic design, all kinds of stuff. So thank you both so much. Sam, shown here on the left, is working towards her Master of Fine Arts in Digital Media. And Jamie right there on the right is working towards her Master of Fine Arts in Photography. So just thank you guys so much. They are working to reinvigorate the Student Curatorial Guild here on campus, and they were really helpful in making this happen. So thanks, guys. Okay, so we can all still see my screen, right?
Yep.
Good deal. Okay, just want to make sure. So Caroline Heath graduated in the class of 2019 with her Bachelor in Fine Arts with a concentration in 2D and a minor in art history. She began working with C.A.R.S, which I'll let her explain C.A.R.S actually, in December of 2019. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen and turn it over to Caroline to speak for a little while about her experience being a student at ISU and now in the workforce utilizing her degree. And then we'll get on to some of the artists as well. Okay. There you go, Caroline. I'm turning it over to you.
Hi, everybody. As she said, my name's Caroline, and I do work at C.A.R.S. So what we do here at C.A.R.S is we work with adults with developmental disabilities, and our whole goal is to help enrich their lives and help work towards independence with them. And we have both residential homes and we have day services. And I work at a day service center in Brazil. I work in the My Fabulous Self Art Center. And so I just help them express themselves creatively every single day. That is my goal. And I am just so unbelievably proud of all of our artists and just all of our individuals in general. They are amazing people. To know them is just amazing. They make me better people every day, truly. And I'm so proud to work with them. I think one of the best parts, especially about the artists, they truly embody what it means to be artists and to make art. They come in and they make art for the fun of it and to explore and to just see what they can make and to have fun. And there's no other purpose or reason other than just expressing themselves and exploring. And I think that's like the true core of art. And that's so much fun to see in a world where things are usually made just for money or for profit. So it's really refreshing. But I'm so glad that I have this opportunity to help share their art. I'm so grateful for Alex and ISU to help me with this opportunity to show their art, because I think it's so important that their art is seen, especially when adults with disabilities really don't get many opportunities to be seen and to show what they make and what they do. And it is even more special to work with the school I graduated from. I have a lot of very fond memories from ISU, and it has helped me tremendously. I don't think I'd be where I am today if it wasn't for ISU. I definitely don't think I'd be working in an art career field, especially in the Midwest, And yeah, I know there's some artists on here, and it's hard to find a job in this area in the arts. And so without ISU, I wouldn't have been able to do that. And I do use my degree every single day in my job. A way that I didn't really think I would was just in keeping the studio running. I got my degree in fine arts, and the way that differs from getting just an art degree and a fine arts is with the fine arts, you are in the studio constantly. I mean, you are supposed to be in the studio basically 24/7. And so that has really helped me learn how to keep a studio up and running. I work with a lot of artists every day, and I need to make sure it is a safe, clean area where they can come in and just be ready to produce a lot of stuff. It's a little different now with COVID, but before, it was just an area where I was ready for anyone to come in at any time, and I needed to make sure it was running smoothly, and I needed to know where everything was and be able to keep everything running in order. And so it really helped being in a studio 24/7 for 4 years to know how that worked. Also, my professors taught me how to find the really beautiful moments in art, and that has helped a lot, because a lot of these artists, you'll meet some of them later and you'll see some of their art, but a lot of them, like Patsy back here and Kristen and Casey, they are constantly cranking out just so much art. And I'm talking like Casey could maybe do like 10 paintings a day easily. And I need to be able to pinpoint those really beautiful, special moments that other people might not be able to find in all of that chaos. They might just look and see clutter. And because I was able to work with my professors and they were able to teach me so much, I can find those really special moments and highlight them. Like with Lisa right here, this is Lisa with her piece. It was hers is a painting you'll see later, and it was a much larger piece that we cut down to find a much more aesthetically pleasing area and a more pleasing composition. And it's so beautiful. It's one of my favorites. So it's helped me a lot in that aspect. And most recently, my degree has helped me with working with Alex in a professional setting, just being able to go in a professional art setting and work as an artist and know how to properly frame art, and to know how to talk in a setting and work with people and compromise and budget for how to get frames. And all of this has been endlessly helpful. And so I'm really glad that this has been able to be my first experience. It has been stressful with COVID, but this has been my first experience with C.A.R.S, my first big project. And I'm so glad that I got to share it with ISU and with Alex. She's been so wonderful to work with. And I really appreciate you all coming and sharing this moment and being able to celebrate all these amazing artists with us. So thank you so much.
That was wonderful, Caroline. And just so you know, you've been a joy to work with as well. I know we had started talking about this exhibit, I think back in February, maybe it
Yep, I
was.
think it was February.
Yeah, and then COVID hit, and so everything got thrown into flux, and we were kind of on a just a waiting scale, waiting to see what we could do, what we still could do, what we couldn't do, how we could still make it work. And thankfully, towards the end of August, I was able to say, we were both able to say, yes, we can still do this, we can make this work, we can figure it out, and we did. And again, for those of you, if you've already been here in the space, and I know several of you on the call have been in the space already, please try to make a point to come and check it out. I know through Zoom is not the same as in person, so I do encourage you all to come and check it out as well. Okay, Caroline, do you want to go through some of the artwork?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Great. Do you want me to pull up that slideshow then? That way everybody can get a bit closer view,
Yes, please.
nice view. You took some really nice photographs of the pieces as well. Can you see my screen?
Yep, perfect.
Great. I'm getting yeses from most people. So we'll go through, and I'll let you just, since you know your clients and who you're working with, I'll let you touch point on each of them if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Great.
Okay, so this is Casey. He's one of our lovely artists that I was talking about who produces a lot of artwork. He works very intuitively, he works very quickly. This is it started out as a painting of a tractor. He loves tractors, he loves green. He is very into anything green. And then he went over with oil pastels and he drew C's for Casey and suns, and he also did some fireworks. So that is what
Wonderful.
he did, yeah.
Great. Okay, then we've got Kristen up next.
Here's Kristen. She also produces a lot. She is our resident painter. She is always painting, and she is so proud of her paintings. When she gets done, she will grab everybody's hand in the room and pull them to the other side and say, "Look what I did." And it warms my heart. But if you look closely, you can see those are all K's for Kristen. She just practices her K's over and over and over again. And her paintings really make my heart soar. Our painting professor at ISU, Nancy, she has praised Kristen's paintings as some of her favorites. She says that she wishes some of her students would paint like that. So I think that really shows we have some great artists.
Great. Okay, Bobby.
Okay, this is Bobby. He is such a sweet, sweet soul. He worked on that, I think, for a couple of weeks, which you would think it would take a lot longer. We have a huge box, like a huge cardboard box filled with fabric that Lisa over here tore. And Bobby will dig all the way to the bottom to find the perfect piece of fabric to tie in the very perfect spot. And he does that with his little cup of coffee in the other hand. And that just sums up Bobby perfectly. It really does.
As
That is,
most of us are doing right now with lots and lots of coffee, right?
oh yes, that is him.
Sarah.
This is Sarah, and she loves to paint, she loves to draw, she really is a jack of all trades, but she is very particular about her art and she wants to make sure it is perfect. And so you can see she uses a lot of different techniques, and that is because she is a woman that knows what she wants. And I admire that.
Great. Okay. We've got Tara.
Tara. So Tara is actually going to speak a little bit
Great.
about her piece. And so I don't know if we want to go back to the
Yeah. I'll stop sharing screen. There you go.
So Tara, if you want to unmute yourself, you can say what you want to say. Got it.
Oh.
Hi, Tara.
Hi.
Go ahead.
The piece I did is a club, and it's made out of torn up paintings, and the process took a while to do. So I really appreciate you guys allowing me to post it and for viewing it.
Absolutely.
Tara's amazing. She is somebody that I've worked really hard with on her drawing skills. She has come up to me and she'll ask, can you critique my drawing? Like, she's somebody that wants the critique. She puts in the work and she'll go home and work, and then if she gets a little stressed out, that's when she goes and does the mosaic. So
That's
she
great.
is a hard worker and really awesome, and I'm glad that she wanted to speak and that she got to be in the show. So
Yeah, Tara, I'm so glad we got to hear from you as well. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
sharing.
You're welcome.
Okay. Let me pull up the slide again. Betty Jo.
This is Betty Jo. So Betty Jo is right back here. You want to wave, Betty Jo? There she is. Hi, Betty Jo.
Hi.
But
Hi.
so she does embroidery is her main thing, and she spent probably a couple of months on that. She worked very, very hard, just stitching and stitching and stitching and stitching and stitching. She goes around in a very circular pattern, and she puts in the work, and I think you can tell that it is a beautiful product. I think it's really worth the time.
Absolutely. Thank you, Betty Jo.
Tell her I got my kitty cat patches.
Yeah, she's got her kitty cat patches.
Nice.
You can go sit down now. Thank you, Betty
Thank
Jo.
you, hon.
Thank you. She's so sweet. Okay, now this is Anonymous's piece.
Okay.
And this artist is a very, very hard worker. They are always painting and drawing their little figures. They love people and suns and all sorts of things. Definitely one of our most talented.
Nice. Okay. Lisa.
This is Lisa. Lisa is right over here. She is silent but very powerful. And this is one of those paintings I was talking about where it was larger, but we cut it down to some of our favorite parts, which are these beautiful yellow and pink circles with the blue on the outside. So she will sit and she will paint away at these little circles. She loves doing the circles. So
Nice. So I actually have a side question, Caroline, if you don't mind.
of course.
Does everybody typically work on similar things in a day, or whenever everybody comes in the morning, they get to choose whatever they want to work on for the day?
They can do whatever they want.
Okay.
It is, we have the bead table, we have mosaic, drawing, painting, whatever that they can come up and say, I want to make a cardboard sculpture. And I'll be like, okay, we'll make it happen. So
Okay. Cool.
really whatever they want.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah.
All
of course.
right. We've got Patsy.
This is Patsy. Patsy, you want to wave? This is your piece.
Hi, Patsy.
That's okay. That's Patsy, but she named it the Man of 1,000 Words, and she truly is the woman of 1,000 words. But she loves to do her collages. She is very passionate about it, and that is why I'm an artist, is because I'm passionate. So when I find someone else that's passionate about what they do, I truly feel like they're, a twin soul, and that's Patsy for me, and she does great work.
Wonderful.
Yep. Okay, and this is Sally. Sally is also going to speak.
Great.
So, Sally, do you want to speak? She wrote down a little something.
Okay.
Well, okay.
Can you read without them?
I'll do better with them though.
Okay, that's fine.
Right here, you read it.
Depends on the day if she can see better with or without her glasses.
Hi everybody, I'm Sally. I like this piece and the placement, and I hope to.
I hope you all do too.
And I enjoy using the different colors, and thanks for coming to see you. To see my work.
Yeah, for coming to see our artwork.
Thanks, Sally.
You want to wave? She's a jokester, but
She's a jokester.
yeah, she drew that. Sometimes she forgets she drew that, but she sure did.
Very nice. All right. So we've got Will, Liz, and Tim all together because they did, and I'll hold them up here for you because I've got them right in front of me. They did some stickers for us here in the gallery, which we have the stickers available.
Woo!
So if you come by the gallery, make sure you grab one or two to go with you. And they also did all of the images for our print materials as well. Sorry, Caroline, I didn't mean to jump in. I'll let you take it back over.
No, please do. But so I'll just go in order from their pictures. So Will is our first guy, and he is just awesome. He's so cool and so much fun, and he just loves a challenge, and he loves drawing characters. He comes up with them in his head, or he'll draw whatever you want. We do little challenges where he comes up. I tell him a random thing to draw, like a giraffe or a spaceship or a banana, and he will go and just draw it in like 3 minutes and bring it back to me. And he's so much fun, very talented. He is somebody that wants to be an artist.
Nice.
And it really shows. Liz, she's like a painter's painter. She loves paint. We just pour all of the paint onto canvas or paper or whatever, and she just mushes it around. She has limited mobility, but she does not let that stop her. She just mashes that all around and has so much fun. Like I think it shows on her face that she loves it. And she makes beautiful stuff, so I could not feature her, and I thought the promotional stuff would be great. Perfect. And then there's Tim. He does great little characters. His aliens I'm obsessed with. Like, those stickers are some of my favorites.
These.
Oh yeah, they're so cute. And so they're so much fun. He is inspired. He and I bond over our love of scary movies. He loves like the classic scary movies, so he's always talking about the Wolfman and aliens and all stuff. So
I'm sure it inspires some of his characters.
Oh, for sure. He loves drawing the Wolfman and his moons and his aliens, and
wonderful.
That's right up Tim's alley.
Well, I'm going to stop sharing my screen so we can get to the chat. And also, if anybody has any questions, because we've gone through all the artists, correct?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So now we can move into more question time. I see a few students out there, as well as some faculty and other visitors. If you've got any questions during this, throw them in the chat, or feel free to raise your hand or something and let me know, and we can turn on your mic. I'm also here in the gallery, so I'm happy to go up close to anything as well. If anybody would like to see something more up close in person. I think perhaps maybe a question that I have to get us started a little bit. I know it's always a bit scary to ask the first question, but I know one that I have for Caroline is, when you were looking at graduating from ISU, what were you looking at doing? Did you know immediately that you wanted to take on some kind of role like this and work for an organization like C.A.R.S, or what were you looking for as a graduate?
To be honest, I was just looking for any art job.
Right.
I just really wanted anything in the arts that I could get.
Yeah.
And it was a blessing that I found this place, because now I only want to work in this field. Like, eventually when when my boyfriend and I move, down the road, if we do, I'll still want to work in something in this field. So it kind of just worked out perfectly. But I was keeping an eye on Indeed and all of the job websites, and studio artist popped up, and I was like, "Oh, that's for me."
Yeah, no kidding.
Grab it.
Well, I think I'm seeing a lot of smiles, especially from the students who are on this call. I think that's really resonating a lot with them right now. And I know it definitely resonated for me when I was graduating. My degrees aren't in studio art. They're more in art history and arts administration. But, the goal has always been just to work in the arts. Mm-hmm. always matter exactly what, but I wanted to be around art, around artists, around students, around people learning through the arts. And so I think that that does resonate with a lot of us who get degrees in the art field. And a lot of times we don't know exactly what we're wanting or where we're wanting to work until, as you say it, you kind of fall into it a little bit. And then you realize, oh yeah, this is really great. And you see how your degree from ISU really prepared you for those kinds of jobs, because a lot of it is, I'm sure what we all deal with in the art field is troubleshooting a bit, trying to figure out the best method, the best mentality to move forward on something, not just with works of art, but in, you know, daily relationships. And that's when you move into the working field, that's a lot of what you're doing in this job, right? Like, you're managing a studio, yes, but you're also managing a lot of relationships through this and helping others build their own art repertoires.
It all works in ways you wouldn't expect. Like I said, like the parts of my degree I use most are ones that I didn't expect to, you know, like just keeping a studio running, making sure to
Right.
put things away and organize it, and remember to put the paintings in the flat file, you know. And that's
Yes.
the
A
things that
lot
I'm
of
like,
those
oh
practical,
wow.
yeah, those practical things that make your daily routine just a little bit easier, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, especially during COVID, right?
Oh my God, yeah.
Great.
Stressful.
Well, that was one of my questions. Do we have any questions from others out there? Hopefully. I've got to have at least one taker here, right? Are there any? I know that we have a few of the other locations because C.A.R.S has several locations, right?
We have a
But
ton.
we have a few others on the call. Does anybody on those other locations want to jump in and say hi?
Yeah, you can
Nobody
get in the
has to.
chat and say hi. And if you have a question for some of the artists with me right now, I have Lisa, Patsy, Betty Jo, and Sally.
Okay, well, I'm not seeing a ton, but please take your time. And if you feel more comfortable putting something in the chat, please do so. I'm happy to monitor that as well. I'm going to do a walkthrough with the computer so everybody can see a nice, good, slow pan through the gallery and you can see the works up close in person. Give me just a second here. Caroline, I just took your co-host option off so that way my screen can hopefully show up large.
That's okay.
Okay. All right. So we've got here. Okay, so hopefully I'm showing up. And am I showing up big on your screen, Caroline?
No.
Or are you in speaker view?
I'm in speaker view. Okay, now I'm in normal. Okay.
There we go. Now am I showing up big?
Yep.
Perfect. That's what I wanted. All right, so we're gonna go, actually I'm gonna start on this side. So when you walk into the gallery, it's a rotunda gallery if you've never been here before. So we've got curved walls in this space, and this is kind of what you see as you walk into the gallery. And then if you turn to the right, you'll see our little sign-in sheet. We've got some show cards there, of course, to take with you. And then we can move over to our intro panel. And our intro panel just explains a little bit about the exhibit, the partnership with Caroline and C.A.R.S. The background of it is, I believe, one of Liz's paintings. Caroline, correct me if I'm wrong there. Yep, Liz's paintings. Great. Awesome. And then we move over to Casey's work.
Yeah.
There we go. And on to Sarah's. And over to Patsy's with the collage, the magazine collage about Alex Bassett. And Lisa with circles. So remind me again, Caroline, this is actually a cutout of a bigger piece?
Yeah, it was
Wonderful.
much bigger, and we just kind of chopped it up to the piece that we enjoyed the most, the kind of the sweet spot of the painting, the large painting.
That's great. Okay, then we move to Betty Jo's embroidery here. And you can see, I mean, the picture might be a little bit better, what we showed earlier, than my screen here on Zoom. But you can see there's tons of detail in this one, layers and layers and layers. Then we move over to, I'm sorry?
I was gonna say it's heavy. Like that is a heavy piece of fabric.
Yeah.
There's so much thread in it.
And then we move over to Sally.
I like that. Anyway, like picture.
Sally.
Yes.
And then on to Anonymous with a boy and a girl, or a girl and a boy. I'm sorry, I flipped that.
Anonymous.
And then we've got Tara's collage.
That's
I got to
pretty.
scoot back a little bit. That piece is a little bit bigger. And Kristen's painting. And then we also have a panel here that allows you to meet the artists. So we've got a little write-up on each of the artists here in the gallery too. I believe this is also on our website and our Facebook page for this event as well. So if you can't make it to the gallery, check it out on there and you should be able to check it out as close as possible to not being here in person. Oh, and then of course, we've got Bobby's Christmas Magic. Let me see if I can get a good angle and get the whole thing in. There we go.
Nice.
Yeah. And that's sitting right center in our gallery here. And then we've got the stickers here on the table as well that I will try to angle my computer down as best as possible so we can see Will and Tim's stickers there. And they've been going like hotcakes. So I've been having to replenish them plenty of times. And I do want to make a point that Caroline actually hand cut all of those stickers as well. So another use of your art degree, precision.
Oh yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, you can ask these ladies. They watched me while they were eating their
watched them.
lunches as I just cut
Just
out
cut
every
away.
sticker. Got to save that money. We had to pay for those frames somehow.
I love it. I love it. Being resourceful, utilizing your skills, all the good things. That's great. All right. Well, I want to give one last chance for any questions. We've got many quiet participants today, but everybody looks like I've seen smiles and nods and all kinds of good visual feedback. So that's great. But once again, just if anybody has any questions or any comments that they'd like to make before we head out for the day, feel free to jump in now. No? That's okay. That's totally fine.
I have a
Okay.
question for you, Alex.
Sure.
How was it working with us?
It was wonderful to work with you guys. I really appreciate your one, resourcefulness, of course, and two, your you know, a lot of times with exhibit planning, we plan very, very far in advance so we can make sure we mitigate any downfalls or liabilities or issues or anything that we might have whenever we get to installing. And with COVID this year, everything got scrunched together super quick. And we had a lot of ideas in the beginning and we knew kind of what we wanted to do, and that was great. And then it all got put on hold. And so I really appreciate, you know, in working with you and with C.A.R.S, you know, everybody is just willing to like, yep, let's do it. Let's pick it up right where we were. Let's keep moving. Let's do what we can, however we can. And that's what's been really, really great to work with people this semester, to work with you and the other artists that I've worked with this semester have been really wonderful in that respect too. And I got to give a shout out to Jamie and Sam again as well, because they were really helpful in this. We're a small operation here, but we're a mighty operation. And anytime we get a chance to work with outside artists and especially alums, that's always key. So I'm glad that we are able to connect, you know, current students with an alum, with an outside arts-based organization. It all kind of, it fit together pretty well, I thought. And you guys were a joy to work with. And I did get to meet some of the artists, and that was really wonderful as well. So.
They had a lot of fun meeting you. They talked about you for a while.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Well, I think that there are no questions. We will go ahead and call it a day, unless if you've got anything else, Caroline.
No, but I think that's it.
Okay, wonderful.
Alex.
So let me do a few closing notes for us all. I just want to give a quick update on the galleries. So to stay up to date with us as much as possible, we're trying to keep our website as up to date as much as we possibly can right now. So follow or go check out indstate.edu/CAS/UAG. Sorry about that. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram. We are ISU Art Gallery. The department also has their own pages as well. We're actually on the Life at State account this week too. So you can check us out there too. If you have any questions at all, always feel free to reach out to me or to anybody here in the galleries. We're always happy to chat. Come check us out in person. We are open. Both this space and the University Art Gallery space will be open Monday at 11 a.m. again. Okay? So thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. It was good to see you all.
Bye.